Calculus lesson is on part 2 of section 5.4 in our book, and it's integrating e to the x. The last lesson we did was deriving e to the x, taking the derivative. Here we're going to integrate, which is the backwards. Okay, so recall when I took the derivative of e to u, then it's just itself times the chain right there. So integrating is backwards, you guys. It's going to be itself divided by chain. Okay, so that's all the new stuff is right here. So let's go ahead and try some of these. So the integral of e to the 3x plus 1 of dx. Okay, it's going to be itself divided by the chain. Well, the chain is 3, so don't forget your plus c. Okay, nice and easy. All right, let's try another one. All right, so this one I'm going to do a little u substitution. I'm going to be let u be the negative x squared. So when I do that, du is going to be negative 2x dx. Okay, and then so the x dx, I want to get rid of that negative 2. So that negative 2 came out here with this 5. So there's my 5. There's the negative 2. And then it's e to the u now. Okay, so it's self divided by chain. So it's going to be negative 5 halves. E to the negative x squared, and then don't forget your plus c. Okay, I bet there's still some students that are forgetting that plus c part right here. All right, so this time I'm going to let u be this one here. Okay, and it just takes practice to see which one you're going to let u be. I mean, if you let u be this one, you know, the derivative of that's just 2x. I need to take care of that e. So I'm going to let u be the exponent 1 over x right there. And so 1 over x is x to the negative 1. So when I take the derivative, the negative 1 comes down, and I decrease the exponent, x to the negative 2. And look at what a nice coincidence, huh? X to the negative 2 is 1 over x to the positive 2. Okay, so it's just going to put the negative out in front. And so it's negative the integral of e to the u. So it's self divided by chain. And don't forget your plus c. All right, let's try this one here. Okay, this one, typically you let u be the bigger stuff, the more complicated stuff, so it's this denominator right here. So I'm going to let u be 1 plus e to the x. Okay, so du is going to be e to the x dx. What a nice coincidence, that's up there in top. All right, so it's going to be 1 over u, and the integral of 1 over u is the natural log of u, so don't forget. Okay, now this is not 0 and this is not 1, because that's when it was x, you guys. It's x when it's, I'm sorry, it's 0 when we're dealing with in terms of x. It goes from 0 to 1. So I have to substitute in this back here before I can put my 0 and 1 in right there. Okay, so if I want to do it, I can do it right here as long as I put 0 and 1 in right there, and then I'd have to substitute that in there. But I think it's easier to go ahead and put what you had u as right there. And then we're going to go ahead and put 1 in and then subtract and put 0 in right there. Remember that? Okay. So e to the 1, e to the 0, so I get remember when you're doing logarithms, natural logarithms also, if it's separated by a minus sign, you can put them together as one logarithm with this one divided by this one right here. Okay, so if you're going to do that in your calculator, I'd do 1 plus e divided by 2, and then I'd hit natural log of that, and you should get that. So I like this answer right here. I'm not sure what your book's going to do. They might do that answer right there. Okay, let's see. I think I have some more stuff here. Okay, so given the second derivative is sine of x plus e to the 2x, and f of 0 is 1/4, and f prime of 0 is 1/2. Find the original equation f of x. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna integrate this one to get f prime of x, and then I'm gonna substitute this into it to get my plus c. Okay, let's do that first. All right. So when I integrate this guy right here, the integral of sine is negative cosine, and then this one is itself divided by chain. So there's my plus c right there. So f prime of x equals this right here. So now I'm going to substitute in x equals 0, and it's going to equal 1/2. So all of this is going to equal, the half's going to go right here, and I'm going to plug in 0 and 0 right there and solve for c. Okay, so when I do that, you guys, I get c equaling 1. All right, so that's what f. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this 1 right here, and then so f prime of x is going to be this, and then plus 1 right there. And then I'm going to integrate this right here and get my plus c again, and then I'll do the same thing again. I'll substitute in x equals 0 and set it equal to 1/4 right there. Okay, so this is going to equal, let's see, I just made it smaller right there. All right, so there's my f of x is going to be the integral of this guy right here, so the integral of this. Okay, so the integral of this is sine. Don't forget it's still negative. Okay, and then the integral of this is going to be itself divided by chain. Well, the chain is going to bring another 2 down there, so it's going to be a 4 now. And the integral of this is plus x. All right, and plus c. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and substitute in x equals 0, and all of that's going to equal 1/4. So 1/4 goes here, 0 goes here, 0 goes here. All right, and I get c equals 0, so the final solution on that is, there you go. That was a fun one. Wasn't that fun? I think so too. Let's try this guy here. So let's approximate. Now, if I can't do a u substitution and cancel out anything, nothing cancels out. So what I have to do is use the trapezoid rule, and I kind of knew that, you guys, by doing the approximation things. There's other ways to do it. The trapezoid rule, trust me, is the easiest way to approximate this. So I'm gonna. It's telling me to break it up into 8 equal pieces. So when I break this up into 8 equal pieces, it's going to go from 0 to a half, to 1, to 1 1/2, which is 3 halves, and all that stuff. Okay, remember the trapezoid rule is b minus a over 2n. Okay, so it would be 4 minus a over 2 times 8, which is 16. Okay, and you plug in your first coordinate, which is 0. This is my second coordinate, which would be 1/2. My third coordinate would be 1, and then it would be 3 halves, and it would be 2, and then 5 halves. And remember, it goes, this one's a singleton, this one's a double, double. It's all doubles in the middle except for the end pieces. The bookends are singles, okay? All right, and then so it's just going to be plugging them in. So there's the interval from 0 to 4 being broken up into 8 equal pieces, okay? I just cut them up into halves. Now I'm going to plug in x equals 0. So it's going to be kind of squished right here. I didn't have a lot of room right here, okay? So here's x equals 0. Here's x equals a half, and here's my double. So here's my times 2, times 2, times 2. 2's are all in the middle right there, okay? And then so here's where x equals 0. Here's where x equals a half. I just plugged in a half right there and right there. Okay, here's where x equals 1. I just plugged in 1 right there. Square root of 1 is 1, and then e to the 1 is just e. Here's 3 halves. I plugged in 3 halves right there. Whoops, there should be a 3 halves right there. I'm sorry. That should say 3 halves right there. Okay, let's see. Can I change it? Boy, it's going to be a mess. I know it's going to be, well, it's going to be big. Let's see, isn't it? Oh, I got it. Hooray. Okay, so that's 3 halves. Okay, and then so that's just this stuff right here, you guys. That's just this stuff. So once I get this, I'm going to plug that in my calculator and crank it out and get a decimal right there. You know, for me, you guys, it's easier for me to just do that one by itself, do that one by itself, and that one by itself, and that one, do them all by themselves, and then add them all together. And then this is only the stuff inside the parentheses. I still got to do that right there, the b minus a over 2n. All right, so in your graphing calculator, I'm going to fix this little dude right here. Change that back to a 3. Okay, in your calculator, oops, I didn't get that yet. Sorry. Okay, I got 380.8512. Okay, so now I still got to do the b minus a over 2n, so 4 minus 0 over 2 times over 8. Okay, so I'm gonna. It comes out to be 1/4. Okay, because it's 4 over 16. So it's 1/4 all of that, and I get 95.213. All right, you're going to have one of those on your homework right here. And speaking of homework, if you're in my class, I would assign that one right there, okay? And then 120b, just do it by the trapezoid rule, all right? And then so there's the correct answer on that. Okay, take care, everybody.